You believe your doctor was careless and caused you significant harm and injury. You are now looking to find the best attorney to represent you in a possible case. And the first thing you want to know when you meet with the attorney after telling him all the details of your case, the one key question you want an answer to before you leave his office is, so, do I have a great case or what? Would you like to know why a really good attorney should not be able to answer that question? Come join me for a walk around the neighborhood as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. At the very beginning, when you meet with an attorney for the very first time, you have in your mind an understanding as to likely what your doctor did wrong, or at least you know that the injuries you suffered should not have happened. That's the basic concept when you go to an attorney. You think something was done wrong, and you think that the injuries you suffered should never have happened. Many times, injured patients have no real understanding, from a medical standpoint, of exactly what was done wrong, and that's understandable. No one expects an injured patient to go ahead and truly understand, unless it's so clear-cut and so obvious, what the doctor did wrong. Now, but they do have an understanding of how they were before, they have an understanding of what they went through, and they certainly know what problems and injuries and disabilities they have now. That is clear. So now, when you first meet with an attorney, and now you begin to tell him all the details of your case in his office, at the end of that conversation, one of the biggest questions an injured patient who is contemplating bringing a lawsuit asks is, so, do you think I have a great case? Do you think I have a good case? Can we go forward? And the reason why an experienced attorney should not be able to answer that question is, there's no way yet to tell whether or not you do have a basis for a case. Now, what do I mean? It's not like a car accident case where a few days earlier you get hit in the rear and now you suffered a fracture, you were in the hospital, you needed surgery. That's clear cut. You don't need a medical expert to tell you that you've got a good case. In a medical malpractice case, we are required to have a medical expert review all your records and to confirm that your doctor violated the standard of care and that as a result of those departures from the standard of care, you suffered physical harm and injury, and that your injuries are, in fact, significant and or permanent. At the very beginning, when you meet with an attorney for the very first time, it may sound as if you have a good case. It may sound as if what you are saying is absolutely true. It may sound like you are on the path to going ahead and starting a lawsuit. However, the reality is, and from a technical standpoint, there is no possible way we would ever know whether or not you have a valid case at the very beginning. So, what do we do in order to determine whether or not you actually have a valid case? After meeting with you for an extensive period of time, now we get your signature on what we call permission slips, authorizations, which will allow us to go ahead and get copies of all of your medical records. We then send those permission slips off to the various doctors whom you treated with, as well as any hospital records, and then we have to wait for those records to come in. Once those records come in, then we have an obligation to go ahead and read through them, and then hire the best medical expert we can to go ahead and review those records to determine, number one, whether your doctor was in fact careless. And if so, was that carelessness a cause of your injury? It doesn't have to be the cause, it only has to be a cause. And then we look to see how extensive are your injuries. Are they temporary? Are they permanent? Are they disabling? Will they affect your daily activity? Will they affect your ability to work on a daily basis? All of these things we evaluate, and then only after a medical expert has evaluated your records can we come back to you and tell you definitively, okay, a medical expert has gone ahead and reviewed your records and determined X, Y, and Z. He believes that yes, you do have a valid case. And only then can we answer the question that you raised at the beginning, which is, do you have a case? Do you have a great case? Do you have a good case? At that point, we can turn around and tell you, okay, this is what our expert said. Here are the things that are in our favor. Here are the things that are not in our favor. And based upon our expert's conclusions, here's what he had to say. Only then can we accurately answer and give you an educated answer about the question that you want to know, and answer that question that you raised at the very beginning when you first saw an attorney at the very first consultation. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you to help open your eyes, to help you understand how these types of cases work in the state of New York. You know, I recognize you're watching this video because you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and have not yet started a lawsuit, but are thinking of doing so and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.